Newton's law of motion. So Newton's law of motion is a collection of laws made by Isaac Newton that states 3 laws of movements. For this video, we will be giving you real-life examples of how Newton's law of motions are applied to the world, therefore explaining the concepts for each of them.
Newton's first law of motion is also known as inertia. This Newton law explains the concept that if an object doesn't move, it will stay where the object is at. But if the object is given a command to move, then it will move until it did. When does the object want to stop? In conclusion, an object stays silent until it's given a force. Let's use this ball as an example. This small ball stays, and now I'm going to move that ball by giving a little bit of force. You see, the ball moves once I give a little bit of force to the ball while pushing it a little bit. This laptop could be another example because the idea is that when the laptop is closed, it will remain closed until it's open. And now the laptop is open. It opened because of the force given by my friend. Here another example by using a bigger ball. As you can see, the ball remains in position because it is placed well. Now that my friend kicked the ball is finally given a force where it goes towards the keeper goals. But there are 2 Newton's law that is shown in this form, which I'll explain in a moment.
The Newton's second law is the calculation of the force based on the mass of the weight and the speed of acceleration given. Therefore, the formula is start as 4 equals to mass times acceleration. Here are some examples to give. First, let's start with this basket that I'm about to carry. As you can see, the basket is filled with 12 calculators. Let's say one calculator is 30 kilograms. 3 times 12 equals to 36. Now the acceleration I'm about to give 3 mass per second square to carry this basket filled with all 12 calculators. But before that, let's do a little bit of calculation. Now, 3 times 12 was 36, the mass is 36 and my acceleration is 3. So 3 times 36 equals to 108 newtons. And that's the total of Newton given to the second law. And here's another example. The supermarket, if you see this trolley, it has a mass of 5 mass per second square. Now let's put 2 watermelons inside the cart. Each melons have a weight of 8.5 kilograms. 2 times 8.5 equals to 17 kilograms. With a mass of 17 kilograms and an acceleration of 5 millimeter per second, 17 times 5 equals 8.5. So the total given for the trolley cart will be 85 newtons.
The third Newton's law involves action and reaction. It is being stated that every action given has a reaction. It involves action given to the item with an opposite action given to us. Here's to demonstrate. Recently, this guy just hit the door of the elevator and his hands goes away. Why? Because of the reaction given from the elevator door. To demonstrate, it's basically a message given to someone, that person responds. A simple demonstration is this ball. My friend threw the ball to this pole. Now you might think it will fall down, but it goes back to opposite direction. The idea is that this ball is thrown to that direction with a high limit of action given, and the ball falls back at an opposite direction away from the pole it just hit. Here's a bonus given, the cradle. We've assumed that the Newton's cradle is a combination of all 3 Newton's laws that we just showed you.
The first law in this cradle is an object itself. It doesn't move because no force is given, but as I move the cradle, it will move by itself until it decides when it stops.
The second law for this is based on the acceleration given to the cradle. So as the mass for each of the 5 balls attach each other, the mass is all the 5 balls, including one of them. The acceleration is given by me on how fast or how high I give the acceleration to the force itself.
And as stated for the third Newton's law, every action has a reaction. When I move the ball from right, I release the ball and it gives a message to the other on the left to move and give another signal to the right ball. The logic is that the right ball swings, it hits the balls in the middle and it and the three balls are the tunnel to give a signal to the other ball, and that other ball follows the same thing as the first ball did in opposite directions.
So thank you for watching our explanation on Newton's law of motion.
We hope that you guys learn more.
I hope that apply its law of motion